Well, welcome back to 5 Minutes with KeRusso. I hope you're ready for some fun because in this segment we're going to start jumping into the Bible and we're going to have a lot of fun. Now, you might think reading the Bible is about dry as toast. You might prefer going to the dentist and getting treatment without any painkiller before reading the Bible. Well, if that's what your attitude is about the Bible, I hope to change that. There are a lot of people who struggle with reading the Bible, but part of the reason why they struggle is because they don't know how to read it. Well, I want to show you some things. They're not that difficult, but we'll make this a fun adventure, and that's what it'll be, is an adventure. Now, there are a lot of ways to read the Bible, and there's a lot of good ways to read it. Some people like reading the Bible from beginning to end, or as where I came from, people say from kiver to kiver, from Genesis to Revelation. And that's a good way to read the Bible. There's some things you can get out of the Bible that are really good when you do that. But if you don't know how to do that well, you'll end up quitting about the third book of the Bible, and that's the book of Leviticus. Well, I want to offer you a different way, a different starting point. And I want us to start with the gospel. There are four of them in the New Testament called Matthew, Mark, Luke, and John, and we're going to focus on John. Now, why a gospel? There was somebody who wrote a letter in the New Testament. We don't know who it was. I don't even know if it was a man or a woman who wrote it. It's the letter to the Hebrews. And they started the letter by saying this, or writing this, that in the past God spoke to us in a lot of different ways through prophets and through various different people. But now he's speaking to us through a son. Well, that's why I wanted to start you off with the gospel. And we're going to pick John. Now, there's 21 chapters in the Gospel of John. And I want you to pick one or two speeds on how you want to read it. I want you to push yourself a little bit here. Either read 3 chapters a day, and that way you'll be done in 1 week, or read 7 chapters a day and start today, and you'll be done by Sunday night. When we get back together on Monday, we're going to jump into John. So you might want to take the 7 chapters and read 7 today, 7 tomorrow, and 7 on Sunday. It's not going to get hard. It's not hard to do. John's an easy gospel to read. One of the things that makes it fun, even more fun, is to do it with somebody. So pull some people together in your house, your family. Y'all read together. Now, y'all might be separated because somebody's in one house, somebody's in another. Well, you got the internet, you got phones, you got FaceTime and Duo. Call each other on the phone and read with each other, even though you're in different locations, but read through John together. And again, either 3 chapters a day or 7 chapters a day. You pick your pace, whichever one you want. Now, when you read through it, there are 2 things I want you to focus on. 2 things. One, focus on how Jesus treated people. Just take note of that. You might even want to have a notepad next to you and write down the things that make an impression on you. You know, the more you do, the more you get involved physically doing this, the more you get out of it. So you might want to have a notepad where you write down those things. So take note of how Jesus treated other people, who they were, how he treated them, what kind of people he treated, what kind of way. Just get used to that. Then the other thing to focus on is, what did Jesus say to people? What were the kind of things that were important for him to tell people for those 3 years of his ministry? And the things that make an impression on you, particularly maybe the things that hit home with you, write it down. And just start building a log of things that you discover on your own when you're reading the Bible. And there might be questions that you just have. You know, you read something and say, I don't understand that. Well, write it down. You're starting your journey, your adventure in the Bible. And so if you'll do these things, and there's some other things I'm going to show you as well, that are going to really help John just kind of jump off the page and be a real live book, a real live experience. Keep using the word adventure. I'm going to come back to it because that's the truth. It will be an adventure for you that you'll be glad that you took. And this takes a little bit of work from you, but again, you know about this. Anything worthwhile is getting is worth putting work into. So let's do something different this weekend. Turn off the TV, turn off the radio, get off the internet, and read your Bible. Read the Gospel of John with me, and I'll see you on Monday when we have another 5 minutes. God bless your time as you spend it with Him in this way over the weekend or over the next week. We'll see you soon.